sometimes your space needs to be created into a place that you love, but sometimes you need to create space for the things that you love in your space.
Welcome to Reframe and Reclaim. We are Courtney Huckabee, a psychotherapist,
and Jen Harris, an interior designer who have teamed up
to reflect,
challenge,
and reframe your mindset in relationship with your personal belongings.
Join us as we discuss and declutter all of the stuff that keeps us stuck.
Learn to intentionally create environments with improved function and design that cultivate peace of mind. Find the reframe.
Start your reclaim. Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Courtney.
And we are the writers of Reframe and Reclaim. And today, Courtney, as you know, it's the season of love.
I love love.
And so today I really wanted to talk about, our environments and things we love. So is there something in your home that you just love and just can't live without?
I love my outdoor fireplace on my patio.
Me too.
Yes, we like to spend time out there. What about you, Jen? What's something in your home that you love?
So for me, one of the things I love that I keep front and center is a dollhouse that my grandfather made me. And what is kind of so special about it for me is it's one of the last gifts he gave to me before he passed away. But what he did was he found this old Fisher-Price dollhouse, and he basically deconstructed it and rebuilt it and remade it to be custom for me. So he put up wallpaper on the inside.
Oh, wow.
He used the old red and white coffee straws to make the kitchen wall, wainscoting, and then he added carpet in some rooms. He added little hooks on the ceilings and different chandeliers so I could switch the lighting out. So it really kind of started, I was always moving furniture in my house and always rearranging things, but it really kind of facilitated my love of interior design and just always trying new things and switching things around. So it's in my office, so on top of my bookcase, so I see it every time I go in there and work, and yeah, that's one of my favorite things that I love.
Well, and as we talk about the season of love and loving our space, our book Reframe and Reclaim really is about creating a space that feels good for you. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, how did you decide where to put this beautiful dollhouse that your grandfather made for you?
Yes. So I had it in my room as a kid growing up. But as I was going off to school to college and starting getting in my first apartment and first home, it kind of was in a box for a while because I didn't really have a proper way to display it or a proper space to display it. So it kind of stayed boxed up for a while. And then once I really established a home office, I was like, this is where I want it to go. And this is where I can not only showcase it, other people can see it, and I can tell the story of the item, but, I just get to enjoy it every day. So
I love that. And I love that, again, it's so personal from your grandfather, something that was made just for you. And it's not put away in a box.
Correct.
It's not
yes.
something that, we don't have space for. You've actually chosen a very specific place for this dollhouse in your home.
Yes. And I have other items of his that I don't have as much value in. It just doesn't have the same sentimental pull. So those, I've either discarded or have in less prominent places. But this is something that I really wanted to showcase. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. When we talk about things in our home that we love, my husband and I got married during COVID, and we loved a new home together, but we wanted to create a space that we could really just enjoy being at home because we couldn't do a whole lot during that time. And so instead of spending money going out to eat or going on vacation because we couldn't do those things, we really decided to invest some money into our home and creating a space that we love and can spend time in. And that's when we created the design of our outdoor patio. And I will say that has been probably one of the best investments in my adult life, other than grad school and, my kid. But monetary investments to create a space that I love being outdoors. I love having a place for us to host and gather and bring people over. We have you over a lot with your family and your boys. And we've been able to celebrate birthdays. We've been having holiday outside. We can sit outside whenever it's rainy, but still be dry and warm around the fire. So sometimes your space needs to be created into a place that you love, but sometimes you need to create space for the things that you love in your space.
Yes, very well said.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. It's like you do this for a living.
Yeah, I talk about it. But, for everyone else at home, thinking of things in your space, whether it is, a gift that someone gave you or a special servingware that you have, or maybe there's a painting that you've, collected along the way. How are you making that something that you can really enjoy? So, Jen, what are some of the ideas that we have for that?
Yeah, so I think one of the first places to start, and we saw this a lot with our case studies and clients that we met with, is editing out what doesn't hold the same value to really showcase the items that do have that higher value that you want to see every day. Yeah. Because if this item that you love is hidden in the back of a cabinet or hidden on the back of a bookshelf in front of something else that you like, but it doesn't have the same pull, you're giving that less value item more attention and more space in your environment than the item that you truly love. So it's really reflecting on what items bring you, that just really good feeling, and then showcasing those. So that way your home environment feels like love,
Well, and it reminds me of the chapter of what brings you joy. Mm-hmm. We can have lots of things that bring us joy, but if everything in our home brings us joy, where does your eye go, or how do you appreciate and show value to those things? And so maybe finding the most joyful things in that space, or a place to showcase one thing and make sure that doesn't get lost in all of the others.
Yes, for sure. And then again, we kind of talk about it a lot about taking into consideration other people, right? And other people in the environment, how they feel. So for me, I love Christmas. We just got out of the Christmas season, and if I could, I would decorate every room in my home with Christmas theme and pillows and the bedding and everything. That doesn't really work for my family and functioning every day. So, I've really had to scale back where I put my decorations, but I've been able to compromise and either put more outside for an indoor living space kind of scenario, or even just I've invested more in like banners and wall pieces, because that's something I can switch out a piece of art and that gives me that festive feeling, but it's not cluttering up the space. It's not adding a whole lot more visual, what's the word I'm looking for? Clutter. Or just, somewhere else for your eye to bounce off of. And so it's been a really good compromise in my family to keep the tabletops and surfaces clear for everyday use, but then I can go crazy on the walls. Yeah. That's been fun.
And I love how you talk about how you can still enjoy things and you can bring things into your home that you love, but you still want your house to function, and not just for you, but for everyone in the home. And I think that's something that's so important to talk about with your family. Yes. Me and my husband and my child have different ideas of what's important or what we love, but how can we make sure each person is being valued and the things that they value are getting a spotlight in a place that feels appropriate and still allows our home to function?
For sure, because everybody has an opinion on what they love and how they want it to function, right? What their environment should be. So, you be considerate of everyone, all the people you love.
Yes. And so I love this. So I love love, and I love this topic. For me, if I could sit outside every day at my fireplace, I would be so happy. But for my kid, if he could have his toys in every room and always be accessible, he would be so happy because he loves his toys. However, it doesn't help for us to function. I have to still be able to walk through the living room, and I still need to have counter space to cook. And so with that, we have to have expectations and systems in place for that.
Yes, and boundaries that everyone knows about, because you may know the system, but if you haven't shared with everybody, you're just going to get frustrated. Like,
Yes.
why aren't they putting, their coat back where it belongs? And
Well, the coat belongs here, not there.
Yeah,
I've had those
right.
conversations
Yes.
at home before. So I guess the question we pose to you is, what do you love? And how are you ensuring that the things in your home that you love and value and bring you happiness and joy are being appreciated in a way that also respects other people and reflects your home and the necessary function it needs?
And I think on the flip side of that too, if there's something you really love and you want in your home, is there a reason it's not there? Is it because you're investing your time, energy, or money into something that's a lesser value, but it's kind of like a Band-Aid, right? Like, so if I really want this one really nice piece of artwork for my living room, but I can't afford it quite yet, am I going out and just buying something that's cheaper and then replacing that cheaper item with other items that just aren't the pinnacle of what I want? So I think it's also really being honest with yourself about what you love, what you want, and how to acquire those things.
And I love the idea of not just the Band-Aid. We don't want just something to settle for. Who wants to settle in life? Now,
Life's too short.
Sometimes we do have to be content with what we have and where we're at and work towards a bigger or larger goal, and that's wonderful. But if you continue to put time where time could be spent somewhere else, or if you continue to put money where money could be somewhere else, I think that's part of our topics in our book too, is making sure that you are really reflecting on what you want your space to look like, what you want your home to be like, and what kind of lifestyle you want. And are my actions with my time, with my money, with how I'm using my space really helping me to get to that place that I want?
Yes, definitely. And I think also, sometimes we feel out of control in certain aspects of our home, and our home, we expect to come home and it's a sanctuary, it's somewhere we can be calm and reflect and really love it. And how can you ensure that space is fulfilling that need?
Yeah. So something to think about in this season of love is, what do you love and how are you making more time and space for those things in your home?
Yes, tell us what you love in the comments below, and we'd love to hear from you.
Yes. So until then, find your reframe
And start your reclaim.
See you soon.
Bye.